Hello Internet Allies, how are you doing? And it's been a year since I went to New York. I cannot believe that it's been that long since I've been to New York. So what I wanted to do today was sort of reflect back on my time at New York a year on. Just basically just see what I enjoyed the most about New York, you know, if there was anything I would necessarily change about my time in New York. And yeah, just basically just take a trip down memory lane about this amazing adventure that I went on. So yeah, here we go. So I've prepared a few pointers for this video, so I'm just going to go through them. So my first pointer is, what was my favourite thing we did in New York? Now, my favourite thing I did in New York, this is really tricky because without saying all of it, because I think that was really cheesy, to be honest, just saying, oh yeah, my favourite thing we did is all of it. I mean, I could easily say that because there was just so many things we did that I enjoyed, like walking around the perimeter of Central Park at night and also going up the Empire State Building, visiting the Statue of Liberty as well. That was amazing. But one niche thing that I really enjoyed, which I'm going to mention in particular, is the Colour Factory. Now, it is one of those hidden gems in New York. It's a very modern sort of activity centre where all the activities are based around colour. And it has a really cool ball pit in the end, which is just a huge amount of fun. It's got loads of photo opportunities. It's called the most Instagrammable place in the world or whatever. It's great. So my next pointer is there anything we didn't do that I wish we did do? Now, to be honest, I don't regret anything that we did at all because, you know, I feel like we definitely made the most of our trip in New York. There was never a dull moment in New York. We were always doing stuff. So it's kind of really hard to say that you know, is there anything we didn't do that I wish we did? But I think if we had more time, I would have loved to have gone to the Macy's department store. I would have loved to have done that. I would have loved to have gone around Central Park in a horse and cart because that was also recommended to me. Actually, a couple of weeks prior to me going to New York, I actually had a phone call with somebody who recommended I do some of these things in New York. But then I wrote a list down, but then I completely forgot about that list. So we ended up doing none of those things. So we're just gonna have to go back to New York at some point. Now, next pointer is, would I have done anything differently? Now, like I said, I don't necessarily regret any of the activities we did in terms of activities. You know, I'm glad we experienced them. But I do think that there is one thing I really wish I did differently, and I think that was in terms of planning and preparation, prior to New York and in New York. I wish I would have shared some of those responsibilities a bit more evenly with Kieran, because I feel out of the two of us, I feel like I did most of the planning and preparation. It would have probably helped me a lot if I probably gave some of those responsibilities to Kieran, whether or not that was being in charge of hotel booking or being in charge of navigation, or maybe just ask Kieran for a bit more help and assistance with those things maybe. Because I think out of the two of us, I think I'm definitely the more sort of careful planner. You know, I'm just okay, let's plan to do this and this and this for the day. I think Kieran's definitely the more sort of easygoing, spontaneous, go with the flow kind of person, which, you know, is fine. You know, neither of us forced each other to do anything we didn't want to do, so that was great. But yeah, I do think that you know, sharing some of those responsibilities with Kieran would have really helped me cope better on the trip. My next pointer is, did I learn anything about myself in New York? Now, I think some of the main things I learned about myself is that at the time, I definitely needed to manage my stress a lot better. I think with me being autistic as well, I think it does take me a while to get used to new places and stuff like that. You know, especially if I'm going on holiday, you know, it probably will take me a while to settle, and I need to allow myself that time to settle. I also realised that I love travelling and I would just love to do more independent travelling. Once this like pandemic ends, I'm just going to just travel here, there and everywhere, you know, because I just really love travelling and I just want to have all those new experiences. And my final pointer is, would I go to New York again? And I think my answer to this is absolutely yes, because there is just so much to do in New York. And like I said, like, you know, we just run out of time to do stuff. When I got back from New York, I think my family were definitely very interested in going to New York at some point. My sister, I think she's only been to New York once, and I think that was just only for a day, so she didn't really get the full New York experience, I don't think. And I'd love to take my dad as well, because I think he's just very fascinated by the architecture and the structure of New York as well. It is a very fast-paced holiday, so I do think like whoever I choose to go with to New York again needs to be prepared for that, and I think I need to be more prepared for that as well. Anyway, thanks very much guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comments what you love about New York, if you have been to New York, whether you'd like to go to New York, what your favourite thing about New York is. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and until next time, keep smiling. Bye bye.